co-host Yoli.
And I'm your host, Birdie. We're having a lot of fun here in the studio with so it's time we can share it with you, but we're having a honeymoon on here, right?
Honeymoon.
Not really a honeymoon, but we're having fun.
Yes.
Simple terms, we're having a ball. We're having fun.
Alright.
Then, before you go any further, I would like to comment. We've been touring a lot. As you guys could say, we've been all over the United States. We've been touring, but in South Carolina here, this is the best tea we've ever had.
Baby, you say that every...
No, but everywhere. But,
every state now.
Yeah, every state. But, I mean, for some, this tea is excellent.
Yes, it's delicious, but I don't know if it's the best.
I think it's the best. It's one of the best. It don't have any... It's just, it's just good. It's good.
Well, this brings us to... Actually, you're saying before we go forward, you're actually supposed to give the joke of the day.
Oh, the joke of the day. I should have given the joke of the day. I'm sorry. The joke of the day is it's going to be a very short one. Is that, I mean, this man, he has his only son. And his son was growing into a teenager. And he's very proud of his son. You know, when you have your only child, you reach a point of spoiling that child. You cherish that child, And I guess not the only child. I think I'm maybe mistaken. I think the only son, but maybe two, a girl and a boy.
Right.
But his only son, and he's your son growing. You observe your son. As parents do, you would observe them. So it's reaching 18 years. He's reached 18, time to go to college, but he was looking forward, and he never noticed his son too much, attracted to girls. He's not the type of a father who's looking for his son to have a little girlfriend.
Right.
He's good in school. He's focusing on his lesson, but one day the son come home and he said to his dad, Dad, I have a date. Man, he was elated. He was excited. He was on cloud 9. He couldn't contain himself.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was so excited. So what's the date? Yeah, he's going on a date. And he give him a right. Go on a date. He come back. Like you say, I'm going on a date tomorrow, so and so. Yeah, but the father didn't go in depth. Just say he was so happy. He said, "Wow, we go tell his mother, like Paul. Sounds like you said Paul is going on a date." He said, "Well, he said full time." So when he come back from his date, the next day, the following day, the father come and went to the back to the pool side and say, "Hey, son, come man, grab 2 beers." And he's not 21 yet, but he grabbed, his son. He grabbed a beer and said, "Tell me about all that date, man. Tell me, how was it, son? How was the date?" The father was eager to hear how the date went. And here the son to the dad, man. "Dad, the date was good. But Daddy, how long your butt stop to hurt when you make love?" The dad was like, "What? What did you say, boy?" "Yeah, how long your butt stop to hurt when you make..." The father was so homophobic. And imagine the son bring that. He was so distraught. That guy his son could have get killed. And so that was a very disappointing news. You wouldn't like to hear the end of it, but that's the story of the day.
What?
That's the story of the day.
That's the joke?
Yeah, that's the joke of the day.
Okay, I guess that's the joke is on us.
Yeah, he was so disappointed. I mean, once it got out so long. How long does my butt How long does my butt stop hurting when you go? So that's the date he went there.
Alright, thank you.
After the father was looking, forward to meeting, the girl, and stuff, he just, the man was so distraught.
Alright, I'm definitely going to, move on with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, the first top news is our dumb criminal of the day. This one takes place with a guy, Billy Joe Donnelly. He got arrested for biting a cucumber. It wasn't necessary for the cucumber, but the house that he broke into was next to a greenhouse. So apparently he bit the cucumber and left it behind, and there was DNA left on the cucumber, and he gets caught. So that's our dumb criminal for the day.
But what I'm saying though, he bit the cucumber.
Right.
So if he had eaten the cucumber,
he should have eaten it all.
right, that means to show that he was desperately hungry. But
he wasn't
apparently,
that hungry because he
so
should have eaten it all.
why would he? He's a mischievous guy. Why would you go in the guy's greenhouse and bite
one cucumber? I mean, if he would have took a tomato, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he was.
Maybe apparently he was hungry. That guy looked like a hungry and troubled guy.
He doesn't look that.
So maybe he could, maybe this guy couldn't differentiate vegetables. So I don't know what he thought it was, but apparently he bit it and the taste wasn't to his pleasure.
I've seen there are even more dumb criminals who left. Remember that story I did on the birth certificate? The guy left his birth certificate behind.
Yeah, there are a lot of dumb criminals. So what you should have done, young man, you should have taken the cucumber and put it in your back pocket.
Yes.
And take it with you.
Maybe he had so much loot from the house he couldn't fit.
Yes, and be careful, because that's leaving the DNA evidence behind.
And that's how they're catching a lot of people, a lot of rapists out there. Yeah. DNA has really paved the way for law enforcement. So
remember the story last week with the ultraviolet thing and rays are gonna spray on you. Yeah, so be careful. Criminal. When you're a criminal, you have to keep up to date with the technology as well.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're a smart criminal, but he's a dumb criminal anyhow.
Yeah. He's on the dumb criminal list.
He's on the dumb criminal list for the year. So I mean, don't bite the cucumber, young man. Don't go into people's greenhouse and bite the cucumbers. Bite the vegetables. The squirrel and the rodents and the birds are doing enough damage.
Yes.
You don't need additional human intelligence to go and, don't do it. Stop terrorizing the people's greenhouse.
Yes, bitter party of one.
Yeah.
Because Bertie, we had a avocado tree in the backyard. Of a house that we were staying at.
And the squirrel, man.
They come and bite.
It hurt me so bad. I love avocado. I just love avocado. And it hurt me so bad. These squirrels, they always look for the best one. For some reason, they have such intelligence to know, listen, this is... And something, it look like they're so revengeful.
Yes.
They look at the big and pretty one, and the little ones, and leave it. And I was like, it's like a friend of mine, he went to his house and he has his mango tree and he was like, "Whoa, brother Birdie, this is for the wifey. This is for the wife. Look at the mango.
The
mango, it bore only one mango. And every day he came out, he would go to the back of the garden and look at the mango and say, yes, this is for wifey."
Yeah, he was so proud of his
and it was the mango was just about, his mind telling him he should have picked it the day before. But he said, no, tomorrow I'll pick it.
See, procrastination.
Yeah.
It's a horrible thing.
And then when he went out there the next day, the seed was left under the tree. And then
it was a pretty mango, just like the one
he said the way he felt. Even if Goliath had eaten that mango,
did he say that?
He would have been done. He was like the raccoon. He said that raccoon.
So if you would have seen his face, I felt so bad for him.
That raccoon hit that mango. I've been preserving for my wife. And knowing this guy, he loves his wife.
He does.
And he's a sweet family. But I don't know if he takes you back to his yard, he's gonna bring up the story. It's still on his mind. He can't leave it. That is a memory that imagine what make it worse? If that raccoon or that squirrel or whosoever.
He didn't even know what kind of animal.
If that thing had taken the seed away.
Yes, that's what hurts so bad.
That's what hurts so bad. The seed with a little piece of mango left hurt. I mean, come on. How worse can it get? As if it's a box in the face. It's like he's stunned to the face. Hey, buddy, you've been watching this thing. Take that. Take this seed and give to your wife. I know something. Hey, man, maybe, you never know. He may say, listen, I left a shot of rabies on it too.
Exactly.
Oh, my friend.
boy.
He told me this story. You know, I felt his pain.
I think I saw
Yeah,
a little tear in the poor guy's eye.
Yeah, it was terrible. I felt his pain. Seriously.
You see how seriously
I
Jamaicans are about their mangoes and avocados.
I felt his pain because
gosh.
he talked it so solemnly.
Yeah.
He was tearing up. And he said, you know, Brother Bertie, the mango. And, you know, I'm looking at this mango. And I saved it for the wife. And when I come and I see, I look, and as I chat something, that thing made me seed.
Okay. Enough. That's the joke of the day for me. I'm good.
That's funny.
It's so sad.
I mean, the mango, it bore one, you know, is one.
Oh, God.
You have to call it is one begotten mango.
He said it's Goliath. It was too serious. All right.
Yep.
In Minneapolis, a 9-year-old child takes the plane from Minneapolis to Las Vegas and was not stopped. He gets on the plane, he boards the plane, he gets through, mind you, he gets through the metal detectors, the checkpoints, all this. In Terminal 4, apparently, watch your kids in the Minneapolis airport because apparently they're not watching their children. This kid was actually a runaway, 9 years old. I don't know how he even got to the airport. Of course, it doesn't say. But this kid gets to the airport, goes through all the checkpoints, gets on the plane. Now, when you get on a plane, isn't there a stewardess there at the door? Why wouldn't they say, where's your mommy, little boy, or whatever have you? This kid gets through, and he actually goes all the way to Las Vegas.
This is disturbing.
You think?
It's very disturbing. What's going on around the world with terrorists and...
Yes, and of course they had to, they're
pointing fingers. This child could have been loaded. This child, well, maybe they would have picked it up. So I didn't go through the screening that time.
Yes, he went.
But no, it's a domestic. When you're doing domestic flights, I don't think they're that.
What? He's a little kid by himself. Nobody.
But people going through too. It's not only all kids were going through. They could figure more or less this kid is one of the others. And if he goes through and he had anything like explosive or anything, these high-tech metal detectors and stuff like that they have installed in these airports would have picked it up.
Well, of course.
But that was a real crack in the system.
Yes, and the TSA of course is saying, well,
they're going to investigate it.
Done in the airport. They should have noticed because they don't want to take the blame, but they are partially to blame too.
That's disturbing.
Eventually they...
And all secure. They say it's been secured.
Yes, of course he had to say that.
They take off his shoe. They do...
Yeah.
The kid didn't take off his shoe, apparently.
No.
They always make
I don't
him
know
take
how
off his
he got
shoe.
to
And, but that was a slip in the crack. And,
I
hope this is a wake-up call.
Yeah.
I hope this is a wake-up call.
But...
Again, things like these, they only want to... Or enemies.
Yeah, they're giving
they
them
watch
ideas.
the news.
Thank you. That's
the enemies
exactly what
observe this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the enemies, and maybe that, sometimes they could use another child for a test run.
Yes.
To see, you have a test run. You can experiment to see how successful it be, and then
they come to get through.
Right. But
that's scary. Yeah. That's really scary.
I know this is it's disturbing. It's real disturbing. Real disturbing. And I hope the relevant authorities look into this and investigate this thoroughly.
I'm interested to know how they're going to come up with it.
One thing with America, they're always reactive and not proactive.
Right.
Proactive. That's what. They always have the reaction. Yeah. After the fact. But you have to be proactive. Prevention is better than curing.
Yes. All right. Moving right along. Before we go into our next story, I'll come back. When we come back, I'll go into our next story about a Connecticut story about a man and some chickens and a goat.
We're going to take our break. True. Don't go away. We'll be right back.